Good morning, my friends. The sun is rising. You see the first shades of the sunrise. That was some night. It was really cold. It still is. Oh. Besides being cold, it was actually quite enjoyable. And I can imagine that if I had, for example, you see everything is in sand, except my glove, which was on my hand. I'm now holding my phone with that hand. So I can imagine that if I had a proper sleeping bag, and ideally even tent if there's wind, it might be a very enjoyable experience to live in such place for a while. But yeah, there was some wind, but not too bad during night, and it came on and off. But at the worst moments, it was enough to send this hammock fluttering like this. So it wasn't too strong. It wasn't really bad. And you see this? You see the condensation? So there is a dew, at least here in the desert. Remember I told you about this before I went to sleep, that I put my hammock over me just in case there is dew. And you see? That's actually exactly the places where, you see, I have the insides of the crocs. These crocs had these things on their insides, very warm. And where these things were putting, that was my sole, where these insides were keeping the hammock off my skin a good distance, so it's not warm, so the condensation got there, because everything that is cold, it gets the water vapor condensated on it. And on myself there seems to be, a little bit kind of, no, but not really, little bit wet, but not really a condensation, because I'm warm. So that was kind of okay. I remember from Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, you know that guy who wrote how it will be in English, Little Prince? Probably. Petit in France, but little, I think, would be in English in translation. Anyway, he was catching drinking water with parachute cloth in desert, catching the dew. So that's what I remembered. And yes, it really is true. You see the amount of water on my crocs. If you catch a good amount, good parachute cloth size fabric, and you catch it in your jar or wherever, you might get enough water for the day. Maybe. I wouldn't risk it without experience, but yeah, maybe it's possible. Sun is rising finally. Finally. I was waiting for that for a long time. It was really cold. It really was cold. And it was getting cold something 2 hours after the sunset. And the longer I was here, the colder it got. And maybe 1 hour before now was the coldest, before the very sunset. It was like 40 minutes before the sunset itself when it got light, but the moon is very nice. It is like a little bit more than half moon, but it was when it rised, it was so bright. I could actually see around quite easily, and before that I could see the stars. But yeah, I was often waking up like every hour or 2 hours, I think. I don't know. A few times I looked at my watch, but not too many. And I was waking up and I was tensioning all my muscles for as long as I could, and I was keeping parts of my body off the ground for a couple centimeters to tension my muscles for as long as I could, absolutely, pressing out the maximum, and that way I was heating up myself, and it was still difficult. Like when I was working out like crazy like this, I got heated up, so then it was good, and then I fell asleep again, and after an hour or hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I woke up again from it was cold. It was really cold. Yeah. That was the only real drawback to this thing. That's my pillow. I woke up and I had like this. That was my pillow. But other than that, this place I think was good as it could be. And to wake up to this view is also very good. Especially, I'm so grateful that the sun is back. I was so much waiting for the sun. And I was looking at my clock and thinking, it is 2 in the night. And it is still, I was calculating how many more hours do I have till sunrise. I had saved a screenshot of sunrise and sunset, so I knew that I might want to know it. And yeah, I was counting hours, how many I still have till the sunrise. But it's there. It's there. It's so good. It will be heating up now, and will be a nice day probably. It's amazing how big the temperature differences can get in the desert. During day it's hot like a frying pan, and during night it's cold, cold, cold. And even you see the moisture condensating and everything that is cold. I think I might walk a little bit to expose myself to that sunlight and to move a little bit. I'll feel better, I think. It isn't very bad, but it was a bit difficult night because of cold. Nothing else. Everything else was perfect. Okay, friends, I'll stand up. Let's see what's going on here. The inside as well, wet. Not so much. Because it was warmer. And it was on the ground, and the ground was reasonably warm. Well, it got cold. I don't think it was so good. It got cold as well, but it didn't get as cold as the tops. You can actually see where it was closer to ground, there's no condensation, but on the top, which got colder, a lot of condensation. Oh, oh, I'm quite stiff. So that is my bed. That was my bed for the night. Look at this, guys. I thought I heard some small animal one moment, but I thought maybe it just that I just heard it. But no, somebody was walking here. Anybody knows whose footsteps are they? I don't recognize it. Something very small. Like 1/3 of the rabbit size. But somebody is living here, obviously. And he was, you see, he was coming towards me one time, then coming again towards me, I'm there. Then coming again towards me, but he didn't dare to come closer, like 2 meters from me. Interesting. And my yesterday's footprints are a little bit washed out. Aha, and he was coming also here and looking from here towards me. Yeah. Yeah, my yesterday's footprints are a little bit washed out through the wind, by the wind, but still there. That was my other place where I was thinking maybe it would be good to sleep, so I was testing it a few times. Yeah, and here on the top, almost no footprints left. These tops are washed out the most. You see, there was my trail, and there behind that top, again the footprints are deep. Oh, I'm so grateful for the sun. It is starts to slowly heating up, but very slowly yet. But I can feel already when I stand in the sun, there's some very welcome warmth coming from it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Without the sun we would all be dead. That's for sure. In these moments you really feel it. And that's a wonderful scenery to wake up to. What do you think? Looks good to me. And these tops are actually quite hard sometimes. You can walk like on a tarmac almost. Wow, what a place. What a place. And that's that mosque. I heard from this mosque and from other mosques as well, more distant, that they were calling for the morning dawn prayer. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful place. Amazing waves. And that's where I was walking yesterday. And it seems to be that I'm the only one who was walking here. I don't see any other footprints besides mine. Not always. It's a very hard surface. And now it's again hard. Yeah. You see these shapes? Amazing. What do you think about an idea to fool around with jumping off this slope and coming back up there to get heated? I lost my balance almost. And that's what I left after myself, the landslide. I got literally digged in. And now my Crocs are 5 times heavier. What a cool place. You see, some camel food is growing here as well. Ah, these are some bigger steps. Could that be a desert fox? Like fox size shape. Fox size probably I should say. Footprints. And these are camel snacks, camel food. Quite prickly, but a little bit. And that's what I saw camels eating in the other day. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to survive on these. But for them, this would be a treat because it's half green. But if camels have to survive on these things, which are not exactly snacks for them, they can also survive on them. I was also seeing them eating things like this easily, chewing them up as if it would be nothing, with their calm gaze in their eyes, as if it's nothing. But then they need more water. Yeah, that's some landscape. And who's having these footprints? Something very small. Not even a mice. Very strange pattern. Like 3, 3, 3 and 2 rows of them. Interesting. Who lives here? But yeah, it means that somebody is living here. Not only me up there. And who's having these footprints? Some Latvian walking barefoot. That direction is that biggest hill in the surrounding area, which we were looking the sunset from. Oh, it's so nice. It's getting a little bit warmer. It's something like 1.5 hours after the sunrise. Sun is quite high already and it starts to warm up. Oh, and who is having these footprints? So it actually is possible to drive with Jeep in here. Or was it a quad? No, it's too wide for a quad. It was a Jeep, I think. But probably they know how to do these things. They go between those ridges. I don't think they would be able to get up the ridge like that. They just go between, and in these kind of places they would be able to get up. They should be able to go there, but they wouldn't be able to go up there where I caused the landslides. So yeah, probably if you know what you're doing, you can zigzag through here with the Jeep even. That's quite impressive. I didn't expect that. Yeah, camels. That's all dead. Yeah, you can see further there. They were driving with the Jeep as well. Interesting, yeah. Would you believe me if I told you I'm walking through a forest of big trees? Probably not. But just for the comparison of size, this is my hand. It's not that big, those trees. And this is how it looks from my eye level. Yeah, and you see these footprints. Looks like a cat. Or could it be a fox? Anybody recognize these things? I'm not as good in recognizing them. Some dog or cat family creature. And size could be something about fox size. And here, I think it's some bird. I saw quite a few birds as well. What do you think about going to have a look how that village looks in the morning sunrise? No. Wow, even this on camera doesn't look half as steep as in life. How can it be? How can you explain it? I don't know. Like, I'm looking literally on live and on my screen. And on screen it looks like it's not so steep. That's crazy. I don't know. How is it possible even? Can we walk up here? Oh, I just tore my galabea. Not a good thing. I stepped on it. I need to lift it up a little bit in the front when I run up the sands. That's the village. You can see that mosque here as well. You know, after walking in sunshine for a little bit, I got warmed up I still have all my layers on me, and I decided to drink some water. And the crazy stuff. I drank from this. Well, I try to keep water balanced because I have two containers and there is no knot between them, just wrapped around. And so that they keep in balance, I keep enough water in one and in the other, so they are balanced. But I just drank the water and it felt like from a fridge. I wonder where I was sleeping. In the fridge. 8 degrees, yeah, it's almost fridge. Like 6 degrees would be a proper fridge. Wow. Crazy stuff. Yeah, you see this thing, when I take this out, it freezes my hands. It's so cold, it's like from a fridge again. But you see, it's bad already. And the mold is already on. That's from yesterday's cooking. Remember, I told you that I cooked it almost yesterday. I was thinking, will it be okay or not? This one half is definitely gone. Maybe the other half will be okay. Yeah, some of the others are kind of okay. It will be okay, hopefully. Just one. This one is not so good either, and this one, they should be the first to be eaten. Yeah. Temperature extremes. Now it's cold like from a fridge. It freezes my fingers even. And yesterday it was cooking. Desert. What can it do to us? Friends, I can't tell you how tasty these things are, the dates. I have never eaten so tasty dates. And I have a whole kilogram of them. I'm a happy man. These are just normal. A little bit better than the ones which you usually get in Europe. But nothing too special. In Egypt it was, and in Cyprus it was a lot better. But these are amazing. I just made some temporary repairs for my Galabeya, where I tore it. It was actually quite a bad tear. And I don't have a white thread, only a dark blue one, which I used for these things. By the way, these are these patches which I was telling you about in that video about the pocket bags. Pocket belt. So, and I didn't want to sew with dark blue thread. I'll get the white thread and do the proper job, and it will be a bigger job. It's not small. I don't want to do 2 times. So what I did, I just folded in the place where it tore. I just folded it over and made it shorter, and I used these safety pins from the inside all around the perimeter, and from the outside, you see, it won't be even in the sunlight, yeah? It won't be even that visible. And on the inside is this. So we'll see. Hopefully this will hold for today, and then I can get the white thread somewhere in the city when I'm back to Muscat, and tomorrow I can make a proper sewing, proper repairs. What a wonderful day. And it is getting hot already. It was something like 1 hour maybe while it was good. Before it was cold, and now it's starting to get hot. So this place is something a bit similar like Ireland, in terms that the temperature is never good. It's either too cold or it's too hot. It's never good. But in Ireland it is because of the humidity. That's what makes you feel like that. Here it's just because of real temperatures. It really is cold during night and it really is hot during day. And even in January. I don't know what's going on here in July. I wouldn't want to experience. Only in case if I had a Jeep with air conditioning, which definitely will work. And not run out of petrol or had an engine problems or anything. Maybe then yes, I could walk and then quickly back to the Jeep with air conditioning on. That way, maybe in the 45 degrees or whatever it is here. More even maybe. Yeah, but January is the right time to come to here, I think. Now, my friends, I have cleaned everything, shaked out from the sand, dried everything that was wet, and now I'm ready to go. My sausage bag is full again. Both my water bottles are tied back to the sausage bag, and let's put it on. So, I also put my socks, crocs and shorts in my food bag. Well, this is not for walking long distances, you understand. I don't pretend it would be. Yeah, I put those things in my food bag as well, so to have one hand free for filming. And when I will be going to the town, I'll put those 3 things back on me. But now it's good to walk with only galabea and nothing else. That's our campsite for the night, all crisscrossed by my feet. And that's my morning fooling around place. Can you imagine that, friends? It is 17 past 10 in the morning yet. And here, where it was the steepest, where I was climbing up, sand was already almost burning my feet. So hot it is. It's only 10 in the morning. Well, 10 is quite a lot, but still. I could be expecting such things happening by 2 p.m. but not in 10 in the morning. You see, somebody has been walking here as well. I wonder who that somebody is. Some small animal. So yeah, some life is in here. Somebody is living here. This desert sand, it looks like it's completely lifeless, sterile thing, sterilized by ultraviolet light and very fine sifting through the wind through the ultraviolet light, and because of that perfectly clean. But yeah, there is some life in it. Some plants somewhere grow, and that gives food base for some smaller creatures, and they give food base for some even foxes, probably. What do you reckon were these bigger footprints which we saw? I think it might be a fox. I decided to go once more to that higher place and spend some time there. It was too beautiful. And then I will slowly move towards there. I think I'll move the desert way, unless it will be too unbearingly hot. Unbearably, yeah, that's how you say. And then I might go through the village. We'll see. Was this the dune I was on yesterday? Huh. If yes, then my footprints are completely gone. Like there is something, this thing was there, I didn't make it now. And this thing was there. But I don't, and there. Maybe it was the one where I was yesterday. Or was it that one? In any case, that one is slight bit bigger. Let's go for that one. Yeah, it looks like that was the one which I was on. This one. But you see, there is not much left from my footprints yesterday. There is more down there. But here, it's almost gone. Yeah, and this is the highest one. Amazing. I don't see almost anything on my screen, sun is so bright. But I hope that I'm holding it in the right way, right direction, and you will have a good picture. Oh, that's a cool place. As far as the eye can see, sands and dunes, dunes, dunes. This big ridge is the brightest, and then more bluish kind of color is the next ridge, and you probably don't see it, but there even further, even more blue is the next one, the third one, if you count from this one. Amazing. And the same on that direction. You can see this closest, then the valley with those houses, then the next ridge is bluish already, and the third one is even more bluish, and I can't see what's behind that. Not because we are not high enough, but because of the mist, not mist, what do you call it? That thing. Fog? No, not fog. What is it in English? I could say it in Latvian, but it won't help you probably. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful place. Let's spend some time here. It's too good to go away right away. What do you think? It is exactly 11:30, and I think it is a good time to leave this wonderful place, because I want to slowly move, enjoying the place, having some lunch breaks in between. I just had one up there. Oh, I fell down. Yeah, so let's keep walking slowly, calmly, with lunch breaks towards north. There is that valley with that village and the oasis, and I'll be passing that village on the western side if all goes as planned, and just slowly move to north towards that place where I yesterday saw the first camels, if you remember. I wanted to go straight, but you see what is straight? A bottomless pit. Well, not exactly bottomless, but definitely a pit. So yeah, I'll walk around it. Yeah, so I guess that when those guys with camels were traveling with caravans in older days through the desert, in those places where they have these dunes, they probably had to zigzag a lot to get ahead more efficiently. But of course, like, we Westerners think of Sahara of something like this probably. Do you have such impression as well? I had. And even I was flying I think I've been flying over Sahara only one time during day. All the other times was during night. And I saw dunes like this from the airplane. And there are parts of Sahara which are like this, but not all. Most of Sahara is quite rocky actually, and mountainous as well. So I guess it might be very different in different places how you go. But I understand that a good bit of Sahara is either filled with dunes or mountains and rocks, but not really flat. Not an easy place to walk. And that could be the reason, I guess, why in Africa and in the Arabian Peninsula here they don't have a tradition to put camels into carts, to pull carts. But in India, in Rajasthan, where they have desert as well, they have a tradition pulling carts with camels. Probably, could it be that it is flatter there, so the cart can get through most places, and if you can get away with it, it's definitely more efficient. You can carry bigger loads with one camel. But in Africa and in Arabian Peninsula, if it is like this, where can you use cart? Here, show me. Well, you could somewhere, but no, even if you had that cart, which they like in India with airplane wheels, with the big tires, big and light tires, and soft probably as well, to go over sand easily without digging in. Even then, you wouldn't get far in this circumstances. You just have to put whatever you have on the backs of your camels, and then you can walk. You can't really use wheels on this terrain too efficiently. So yeah, I'm just guessing. It just dawned to me now. I was wondering about it. I was looking, after I was so impressed by camels in Jordan, I was looking quite a few videos about camels and cameleering. Look at these colors. Isn't this amazing? I need to take a picture. So I was looking those videos, watching those videos, and thinking why it is so that all the carts, camels with carts and wagons, they are all in India and not in Africa, not in Arabian Peninsula. Maybe because of terrain. I'm digging in. As I wanted to show you, it's again stronger surface without digging in. Okay, I have reached already the beginning of the village, going parallelly to the village. This is one other very high dune. Not as high as the highest one we saw. We were sitting on and having lunch on there, not just saw. Can you see it? Can you see my footprints on the top of it? No. And what about that village? You want to see that better as well? Yeah, camera is always never as good as your eyes. That's why you need to come here yourselves, my friends. I can only inspire you, but you have to come yourselves to experience. Ah, by the way, I made a good discovery. How to make a headscarf of your long sleeve t-shirt. And it really works amazing. I like it. It doesn't cover my mouth or nose, but it does cover my head and my ears, which is already a huge gain. I rolled the top of the t-shirt until my armpits, so that it becomes a roll with sleeves at the end. Then I put my back of the t-shirt over my back of my head, and then I put that roll on my forehead, stretch the sleeves around my head and tie it on my back of the head. It works just amazing, and it really does feel good in this kind of environment. Sun is not cooking my brain anymore, and if I slightly bow down my head, then even facing south, I don't burn my nose even, because sun is quite high even in the winter. So it is very nice, and the sand is not being blown in my ears, which is a good advantage as well. In a bad sandstorm I would want a proper Arab headscarf, which I could use around my mouth and nose as well. But now it's okay with these. Look at these colors, friends. Isn't this amazing? I wonder if you see those colors in all their glory as well on your screens. Amazing place. Amazing place this is. And this is pretty much the highest one in this area. My really high one is back there, good distance away. You can see my footprints zigzagging across the ridge. We can see the big village, big town Bidia in the distance already. And look at what kinds of landscapes are appearing for you. After each dune, something different. Now this one will probably be the highest in this area. Yeah, it is. Amazing. As far as the eye can see. Except in that direction. And that is that town. Raqqa was it called? I forgot already. There it ends. There's the center of it, and that is that oasis. This one, where we went through yesterday. Remember those massive plantations of date palms? I think they're date palms. And further there, these white houses in the distance. How can I show? You see. That's Bidia already. That's where I exited the bus and where I will be catching the bus later today. Yeah, and you see there is some other village or camp village with mosque even, yeah. I walked a good distance towards this village to be closer to see where I need to go down. And you see, we're still very far from it. Quite a good distance. There's actually one more advantage for walking on top of the ridges, because on each top you can see around quite nicely and you can judge where to go. Let me show you. Because from above you see all the valleys, all the ridges. So I can see that it's worth going like that and then over those ridges and there, instead of just going straight and end up in that pit. Or if I would be going lower, I wouldn't see that there's that pit. And I would often end up climbing these steep, soft slopes, which is very difficult to climb. And if you walk on these ridges, you don't run into them. At least I haven't run into a single one this far, and I have covered quite a good distance already. So that seems to be working. Yeah, we are already in that place. Oh, and there are some camels. Without fence even. I just noticed now. Cool. And one is walking towards me. But they're very far. And they have some... Where is it on my screen? Here. The bath, which is probably used for giving them water. But yeah, maybe it's not good to go there because it should be somebody's, like equivalent of somebody's backyard, I should say, probably. And closer there would be those dunes which there was a notice not to climb on, because that would infringe in their privacy. If I would be looking into their backyards from these dunes which are close to them. Now I'm quite far, I think I'm okay. Let's keep walking that direction. You know what? I think this is a nice place to have a lunch break. That mosque starts prayer time as well. Before it was one other mosque there. Or was it that one? Many mosques here. Now it's that one. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but you can see my footprints. There. 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 And yeah, I can't show it. No, I can't see myself what I'm showing on the screen. At the end, they end up there. Well, not end up. That's the furthest I can see from here. So beautiful, so beautiful. And we are very close to that oasis already. And that white thing is already Bidia, where the bus will be. But I still have a lot of time. I can spend a lot of time still in the desert and have a good rest before walking the last leg towards Bidia and arrive in quite good condition, hopefully. Yeah, this wasn't the worst place to have a lunch, what do you think? Quite amazing. That's what is left after my lunch. And now it is roughly as it was before me. Of course, sometime wind might blow out these things, but by that time they will be already probably not rotten. Dried. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. Because normally I'm used to thinking that these things rot and feed the microorganisms and do good to the nature. I can never leave plastic and that kind of stuff in nature. But peels, it's just a matter of for it not to look bad for people until they are rotten. But here actually, will they ever rot? A good question. Was it good that I was doing it? Anybody know? Let me know if you know. Okay, friends. I think I will a little bit enjoy more the scenery. Think about some ideas which I have to think about. And later on I'll be walking further there. And down to the city of Bidia. But we still have, I think, good 4 hours, 3.5 at least. So it's good. Wow, this is steep. Wow, this is properly steep. Crazy. But it is very pleasant to go downhill. I'm going from up there and up and down, but more down all the time. And I can always choose to go in such a ways that let me put down the bag. So let's say now I don't see the screen properly. I made it to the maximum brightness, which doesn't save battery of course, but I can show you at least. So I'll be going down there and then going there on that top and there. And in that way I will avoid having to climb. I will always be going or either horizontally or down, little bit up sometimes, but where I go up, I will go up on these ridges which are on the windward side. They're reasonably hard, so I can easily walk, instead of digging into these soft, like these places, where you see it's flowing like water. This is very small, but I could be there. I could actually, for the sake of fun, just go there, because it will be down. And then from there I can go actually that way as well. Well, let's do it together. What do you think? This is easy. Down is easy, up is difficult. That's the landslide which I left after myself. Yeah, it is actually a very pleasant walk. If you don't have to rush, you can make lunch breaks, you can sit or even take a nap. I haven't done it yet, but maybe I will. We'll see. And yeah, here I have to go up and on the wrong side a little bit. That's my worst in today. But it wasn't even that bad. You see, I'm up already and it wasn't even that bad. And that was the worst which I had today. I was always going on these ridges, and from looking from up high, I was always able to judge which way to go down so that I don't have to climb. It's better to zigzag 100 times than to climb one ridge which is soft and steep. And here again, it is, I'm going up, but it is quite hard, so it's easy. And the same here. As I wanted to show you, it became soft at that point, but you see, this is hard, easy to walk. What do you think? Will there be a good view from that top? I guess so. I would be surprised if not. That's the village of Al-Raqqa. I checked in the map, it is Al-Raqqa. Or just Raqqa. Nice. Definitely nice. Yeah, we can see oasis very nicely here. This is actually a nice example. I'm up on this ridge. Beautiful scenery. Up on this ridge, and I can see where I have to go, want to go, is there. Because I will be going down there and going through that field where the camels were. The first camels, not the second. The second camels are there, behind that white house. But if I wouldn't be able to be up here, I wouldn't know that I can easily go there. I would be probably going closer to the village, and I would end up there, and I would have to climb that ridge, which would be very steep and difficult. And it is high. It doesn't look high from here, but it is. It would take some effort. But now I'll be just following this ridge and going down, down, down. It will be easy. And there is very, not even, but far from being steep. How do you call it? Not steep at all. And will be easy to go there on those ridges and follow there. And from those I will be able to see the next places. So in that way it is very pleasant actually to walk. You just need to use your brain a little bit, and the walk suddenly becomes pleasant. But it is not that simple, of course. Yesterday I was climbing up, and up from the side perpendicular to the ridges, so there weren't too many choices there, so I did have to climb often these crazy ridges. But yeah, now it's very pleasant, very, very pleasant. And my headscarf is doing wonders as well. My head feels amazing. No sand in my ears, and my head is not cooking in the sun. And even I don't have to get rid of my sweat all the time from my forehead. It's just being wicked off by this headscarf. I'll just have to wash it at the evening when I get to hotel. And yes, friends, this evening I'm getting again to hotel. So we're having some funny arrangement, pattern. The first night was hobo night in the tree near airport. Well, not too near, like 5 kilometers at least, maybe more. I walked. Then my second night was in that hotel. Then my third night was this cold desert, which is now very hot. And my fourth night will be again hotel, different hotel. And my fifth night will be again hobo night. I think I'll do it in airport, because my plane is quite early and I want to be even earlier there to make sure I can deal with all the forms and all kinds of unexpected other things which we might encounter. Who knows? So yeah, that's a funny pattern which I have developed during this time. And the reason for that was simply because my cheaper hotel wasn't available at all, so I had to juggle between more expensive hotels and hobo nights. But it works. I'm okay with my budget. That's a nice view, both of the village and of that huge, just I think big oasis. And if you look on the Google map, I was looking it day before yesterday, it is quite big for the area. This one is there, the other one is at the Bidia itself, the other one is there, but there are no more oases in the very near surroundings. It is quite a unique thing. It's more of a desert all around this place. Not these dunes. These dunes start here and go to south for miles and miles, who knows how long, very long. 100 kilometers maybe, I don't know, 50 more probably, I don't know. But to the north, this is the end of the dunes, and they have that desert which we saw when I was filming to you as well, when we drove that bus towards here. That's the surroundings towards where I'm showing you now. And this is the edge of these dunes. Cool place. Proper edge. I was climbing yesterday like crazy, obviously, because I'm going down and down and down each time. And you see, I'm still very high above these houses and oasis. And this is high up there, but this is only the closest ones. There were many, many after that were up there where I was. Crazy, but satisfying at the same time. Recommended, my friends, absolutely. And by the way, my ankle is doing wonders as well. Relentless training coupled with dry climate, which probably is the biggest factor, means that my ankle is able to withstand a lot more walking than I was able in Ireland. In Ireland, I walked for an hour, maybe more even, maybe less even. In bad weather, it was 10 minutes and I already started to feel the pain. In normal Irish weather, I was walking for 1 hour, maybe even less, 40 minutes, and my ankle that had surgery, it already started to pain. And after 2 or 3 hours, I was dead. And I had to spend the next day in bed because I couldn't walk the next day. Here, I'm walking, I don't know how much, like 5-6 hours sometimes per day. And yeah, I feel it. It can be a little bit bad, but I'm not dead. And I'm walking such distances every day. That dry weather is amazing for your bones. Amazing. I never thought it's such a big difference. And I remember last time where I was, in Armenia and Georgia, and it was quite dry there as well. Not as dry as here, but not far either. Especially in Armenia, which was my last point. And I went from there to Ireland. I came out of the airplane, and after 10 or 15 minutes I already started to feel my ankle. Little bit, but I started to feel it with no reason. And after that, next day is in Ireland. My ankle was again like it was in Ireland. I thought my ankle has gotten better. That's why I can walk so big distances in Armenia. But I got back in Ireland and no, it's back. The pain is back. And here I can walk even crazier distances, which I do. And I'm happy of doing it, being able to do it. I was already kind of digesting the fact that I will never be able to walk such good distances after that accident anymore and surgery. But here I can. Isn't that amazing? Oh, it's hot! This slope is hot! Crazy! Ah! If it won't get any better soon, I'll get my Crocs on. It's burning. Ah, come on, come on. No, I walk there. This is very... You see how it is. Deep sand, but it's not hot at least. It wasn't the exposed side. Wow. That was hot. And this is soft. Okay, I'm back again. Yeah, in the worst case, I could probably go down even here to reach that road. But I'm pretty sure I'll leave it as an emergency exit. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to follow this ridge and get down to that valley without even going into this village and oasis. Let's not disturb them. If they put that sign up, let's try to respect it. Down there, the closest ones, these are actually first native, not native, probably native as well, but I wanted to say wild, not planted trees which I encounter after all these desert time. Probably there was enough water even long ago for them to grow. And yeah, you can see some camels as well in paddocks. Was it a cow? I think I just heard a cow. I didn't pay attention. Well, this is probably a place which they meant I shouldn't be climbing, but I don't want to climb a couple more ridges. I'll just follow this ridge until I get away from the village. Don't be angry, villagers. I'm not here to disturb you, although I maybe am disturbing you, hopefully not. Not too much at least, hopefully. I'm not the only one who has been walking here. It's very close to the village. Yeah, and they have been walking the same way as me, on the windward side of the ridge, or where it's more flat. They're growing some stuff there as well. Now we can actually see somewhere there is the place where we saw the first camels yesterday coming out of Bidia, and there, that is the paddock with those many camels and the young camels which we saw yesterday. And then we came that tarmac road through there, up here, and through the village there, far out, and then far into the desert, and now we came back here. Ah, that's nice. It looks like we'll have a very easy descent here down to that path, or trail or whatever you call it by those cars, that road. Here's some quad bikes were playing before. I have to watch out for the spines and prickles and thorns and those kind of things. Maybe it will be time to get my Crocs back on. But in any case, it was one crazy descent. I was really high up yesterday, it turns out. And I was thinking why I was so tired to get up yesterday each of these slopes. It wasn't just soft sand, it was really high altitude which I was gaining. I'm descending something like 4 hours now, and I'm still not down. Well, there is first something which is one level with me, but the down is still there. But we'll get there in just a quick moment. Yeah, that was some crazy altitude I was in. And that probably didn't help either, of the temperature, I mean. Because those 8 degrees or 9 were forecasted in Bidia village. But I was a lot higher up. A lot higher, as it turns out to be. So, who knows? It might be really a fridge temperature there. Like 5 or 6 degrees or something. Maybe 7. Ah, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Will it be like this? It's a bit better now. So yeah, I was sleeping in the fridge without tent and without a sleeping bag. Not recommended. It was a good experience, but not a one which I would like to repeat, unless hard pressed. Because yeah, if I had a good proper sleeping bag for low temperatures, it would be a breeze, it would be amazing. And even more if I had a tent, then even a sandstorm wouldn't be, hopefully, if it's not too bad, wouldn't be a real problem. Now I'm very thankful that I didn't get a proper wind. Like, there was some wind, but I don't think it was ever, even in gusts bigger than some 15 knots, maybe even 13. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, friends, we are down. We are officially down to the plain level. Well, that was something. That was properly cool. We made it, friends, we made it. How can you not feel proud about such achievement? Even if it's just for yourself, you just feel good to achieve such things, even though it's nothing, but it's nice. Let's keep walking towards town of Bidia and see how much time we have to spare before the bus is coming. Look at this, my people. That jeep which just went. Just local people came. They didn't speak any English. And they called somebody who spoke English, so he translated a little bit. I said something which I could in Arabic, but it wasn't much. And look, they gave me a bag of nuts and 4 waters. Just like this, because I was walking and they were wondering if I'm okay, if everything good. They offered me to drive to Bidia. I said, oh no, it's okay, I can walk, because I understood that they're from there. They won't go to Bidia themselves, so I can walk. I have time and it's not far. But yes, they were so nice and so friendly. Wow. Thank you, people. You're so good here. I can still not believe it. How can it be? So nice people. Look, that's the same family actually. They just came out to have a picnic here. What a nice family. Thank you, friends. It feels so strange to walk again on a hard surface and even surface, flat surface, after these ups and downs through the sand. Yeah, but it's quite easy. It's a bit boring, but it is very easy. You just walk, you don't have to look even where you walk. That's where we came from. What a nice experience. Look at this booth with a satellite dish. But it looks like it is some eatery, some coffee shop. Something of that sort. Would it be good if I would go in and use it as a shade? I hope that it's not a problem for anybody. You see even two waters here. Could I just use it as a shade? Or will it cause somebody to come and offer me one of these things, which I won't be able to reject because I was already in. Let's see, maybe if I can find some little bit less conspicuous place. Because I have almost 2 hours to be killed. I was a little bit cautious about being too late for the bus because I didn't know how smooth my descent will be and will I be able to get straight towards the road, or will I have to walk a big circle around something if there would be some fences or whatever. But it was very straight, so I have almost 2 hours, well, 1.5 hours I would say, to spare. So I could go somewhere where it is nice shade, I mean, where I could just sit and have a drink and food, and yeah, if it's a good shade I could use tablet even. If it's a bright sun I can't see anything on the screen. Hello! Again a friendly person. He stopped and asked if I need a lift. He can take me to the center if I need anything. These people are so welcoming. Amazing. Amazing people. Well, this might be what I need. An unfinished building, lots of concrete, which means cooler in day, warmer at night. Well, I don't care about night. But cooler in day would not harm. Nobody looking? Let's walk in. Oh no, it's not that easy. Where are the stairs? No stairs? Here? Let's consider these to be a stair. What do you think, Hans? What a nice place. What else could we ask for? Shade and quite cool actually. Amazing. Only problem it's dirty. But I'm not very clean anyway, so should be alright. Or I can even use one of these. Life is good. It's actually so pleasant to be able to take everything off. Well, everything, I don't mean Galabea. But all of the stuff which made me too hot and sweaty. And it's quite cool here. Nice. I could even sleep on this thing if I wanted. I am a little bit visible from that door, but I hope it's not a big problem. From cars they wouldn't notice, and if somebody walks in and asks me to leave, I will leave. I hope it won't be anything worse than that. I actually had so little water left in my big bottles, so I was able to pour it all in my small bottle, so I'll be using again my small bottle. And my big bottles and all the other trash is collected here, ready for the first bin, which I see on my way. So I can have some rest. I can even read here because it is a good shade. I will be able to see my screen, and when it will be time to go to bus, I will go. Probably a bit earlier, just to have some little bit look around in the Bidia town as well. We didn't see much yesterday, but I'm a bit tired, so maybe not too much today either. I have a friend which came to me here, and I actually did take a nap. It was very good after that hot and tiring walk. It is so cool here compared to the desert. Nice. The guys are having a football match there. Oh no, it's not football, it's cricket, is it? Or something similar. I think it's cricket. Well, that's my villa. I was thinking, I heard some shouting. Yeah, they're having some game there. Nice. Yeah, it was quite a big difference. Outside here in the sun is quite warm, although sun is not so high anymore. I spent some 2 hours there, almost. This place has some special charisma, you see? Ladies tailoring. I thought I showed you already all of them on that corner, but now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 more on this corner. Yeah, in this place ladies know how to dress. And there's one more. And I didn't count on that first corner, which I showed you how many were there. Come on people, you must be serious. It was around that corner. And there are 2 more. And over that street is more even. Let's not even try to count them. Amazing. And this place knows how to watch as well. You see this castle, what size of satellite dish it has on the roof. Serious stuff. Serious stuff. I can show it even better from here. I'm just making a small circle around the town's smaller street to have a little bit more impression than the one which we had already. I like these doors and the courtyard behind. I was initially thinking, what is the purpose of this thing? But then I realized they were all on top there, on that fence. And these things were the way how they were glued on top of it. But they didn't hold. Ah, you see, there it is in place. So you don't climb over. Now it's a decoration, like a necklace almost, to that house. Yeah, that's a small provincial town in Oman. That's how it looks off the bigger streets, somewhere in the smaller areas, off-center areas, although it's quite small. I don't know if you can even make a different center or non-center. This is cool. That's a mud house. How often do you see these things, guys? A house from a mud. Cool. And you can hear over those fences that very many people keep goats and sheep. Yeah, you can see also how they transport these sheep. I was a bit too late to show you. Let's take one even smaller back road. And this will bring us to a street on the opposite side from the bus stop. And we'll walk that back from there. You see what kind of satellite dishes they like. And even that one further there. It's not your usual small regular European satellite dish. It's some serious stuff. Almost stepped on this thing. It maybe wouldn't be too polite. Small dusty roads of rural Oman. What do you think, guys? Do you like? Quite nice. And quite different from the capital. Salam. And people are friendly. They are a bit curious though, seeing a foreigner here. It looks like it is a strange sight for them. But very positive. They are curious who I am, from which country, where I go, and if I need any help. Salam. And you see, there are 50 more ladies tailoring and one gents tailoring. And even there, further there, I see more. That's something crazy. And you see there are like 4 or 5 more. So this is kind of a central area already of the city, town probably. But it is time for us to go to the bus stop, because in little bit more than 20 minutes we should have the bus there. And it's about 3 minutes walk maybe. So we're good, we are very good. Vegetables and fruits, that's a nice place. Although the things which they have are very unripe, unfortunately, as in most places. Yeah, soon I will be back in Egypt. It will be a very different story there. A very good one. Huh. This is almost the very center of the city, of the town. But this place looks a bit strange for the very center. Is it some marketplace where people go to market in some certain days? Or is it just some nothing with cement mixers? I don't know. Yeah, people are waving from that big lorry. The man was waving to me and smiling, seeing a foreigner. Supermarket. So this is the place where the bus was turning around, and it was stopping right here when I was exiting it. But he was showing to me that on the way back I should be waiting in front of that house of gold and silver. Well, he didn't mention that, but he was just showing there I should wait. So let's wait there. Often people are watching me and being surprised seeing a foreigner here. Strange, because I thought it's quite a touristic place here, because of the Sharqiya Sands which I went to. I understand that many people go there, but maybe most of them go with a rented car, so they don't see foreigners waiting in the bus stop in the center of this town. But it's quite a lovely town. Nice, nice. And you see, friends, here comes our bus. Perfectly on time, even a little bit 4 minutes earlier. Cool. And that's my driver. Perfectly on time. Everything good, friends. And I also asked where I can change buses in the Muscat for a bus to Ruvi bus station, because I'm in a different hotel and I will need to go there. I would have to go there anyway, but I have to go there now, this evening. And yeah, he told me that he will show me a bus stop where I can find buses to Ruvi bus station. So, all good? Let's go then. setting, but this night hopefully I will not be freezing. Yeah, what do you think, friends, about this trip? I most certainly liked it. It was amazing to be in that desert for 2 days. Even more because it was so, like, I was so close to nature. I didn't have anything to distract me. I didn't have any connections with phone or internet, any other people, any support or whatever. It was just me and the desert. And it was cool. I liked it. It's funny how they park their cars under trees. I like. Yeah, so I most certainly recommend you guys, if it is possible for you to come to Oman, go to Sharqiya Sands. Sharqiya is the name of the sands, and the best place, according to what I found out, to get there is by this bus number 55, I think it was, and you need to get out in Bidia, and there is a walking distance to that desert. So yes, friends, I recommend you absolutely. I am tired but happy. So yeah, friends, that will be it for this video. It's getting dark already, no point of filming, and nothing too new I could show you. When I get back to Muscat, I will probably continue my Muscat video, so you will see. That's an interesting market, and you will see what happens next, if you are interested, if I got in my hotel or not. You should be able to see that in my Muscat video. But regarding this trip through Bidia to Sharqiya Sands, that should be it. Thank you, and have a good day, evening, whatever you have, and see you in some other place in some other time.